It's funny how Rob Kardashian and Adrienne Bailon used to be so serious about each other and so in love. And they ended up going their separate ways, but they both are having big weekends this weekend. Rob just welcomed his daughter, his first child, Dream Renee Kardashian, which I think that's a beautiful name. And Adrienne and Israel Houghton are on their way to get married. So let's start with Adrienne's big weekend. Her wedding is going to be in Paris. Her bridal shower was Parisian themed. She got engaged in Paris. Everything about her wedding seems to be Parisian themed. So her, Israel Houghton, and Tamira Maui Housley were photographed at LAX airport this morning. Adrienne was wearing a big white fur coat, and Israel was also dressed for the winter. So it was obvious that they were ready to go somewhere where it's not so hot, because in LA it's still warm. So they're headed for their weekend wedding. If you watch Adrienne on Snapchat, then you can see that she's landed in Paris, and she shared a few snaps of herself and also Israel in Paris. And I'll try to put them in there in this video if I can. But her bridal shower was in October, so we know that her wedding was on the way. And actually on The Real today, she shared, there was a little segment where her and Israel went cake testing, and she shared that with the audience of The Real, which it was really sweet to watch, and it was also interesting to watch because she seems to be so in love with him, like she's living a fairy tale. And he made the comment that he's honored that he can be a part of her dream, because he knows that she's dreamed about this day all of her life. And like I mentioned, Tamira is also on her way to the wedding. She was photographed at the airport with them. And they've mentioned on The Real that this is her first time of year not being pregnant and not breastfeeding. So she's going to be turning up in her Tamira way. One thing that also let me know that Adrienne was ready for her wedding was because she slimmed down. She lost 15 pounds in preparation for her wedding. Because if you guys watched The Real, you might have noticed that she had kind of gained some weight. And some viewers had wrote in and asked her about the weight she had gained. They were wondering if she was pregnant. But she was like, she's just happy. It's happy weight. But she ended up losing the weight. And she's another one of those celebrities that does the Instagram post for that dieter's tea that's supposed to bring any bloat you have in your stomach. It's supposed to bring your bloat down. So when she did an interview about how she lost the 15 pounds, she mentioned one, not eating carbs, because you know carbs turn to sugar and it's downhill from there. So not eating carbs, and also using the dieter's tea. So congratulations to her on her weight loss. Her and Israel Houghton have also said that they are waiting until their wedding to be intimate with one another. They're saving themselves for marriage. So once they said that in an interview, I believe that was also with People. Once they said that, I kind of knew that it would be, I don't want to say a rush wedding, but a quick engagement. Because they just got engaged in August, and now they're getting married in October. So congratulations to them. I hope they have a happy life together, and I hope he's everything she's dreamed of. I'll just leave it at that. I hope he, on both ends, I hope he is able to make her wildest dreams come true. I hope she's incredibly happy with him, and I hope the same on his end. I hope that they live a happy life together. Speaking of dreams coming true, Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna welcomed their daughter, Dream Renee Kardashian, into the world today. She was born at Cedars-Sinai Hospital, where Blac Chyna ended up having a C-section. Apparently, she had a C-section with her first son, King Cairo, and she ended up having another C-section. They say she was considering a vaginal birth after a cesarean section, but she ended up with another C-section. So you guys, make sure you say a prayer for, of course, you know, the baby, Dream Kardashian. Pray that God have his hand on her life. And also pray for, you know, Blac Chyna. Because I know cesarean sections are hard to, sometimes they can be hard to recover from. So she definitely needs prayer. But she weighed in at 7 pounds and 5 ounces, and she arrived at 9:18 a.m. Pacific time. So that's around noon Eastern Standard Time. And they say she's gorgeous and has tons of hair, and that Rob was, of course, very excited. And of course, the cameras were there. You know, with this family, nothing goes on without a camera in somebody's face. So apparently while they were at the hospital, they did like a mannequin challenge, and they had Blac Chyna in the hospital bed, and Kris Jenner and Tokyo Toni holding her hands, and she was pretending to be in labor while they did the mannequin challenge. But again, like I said, she ended up having a C-section. And you know, Blac Chyna is best friends with Amber Rose. So Amber Rose showed up to the hospital room, and she took some pictures with the baby. Khloe, of course, was the first one in the family to share the news on Twitter that Dream was born. She says, "My new niece is absolutely stunning. So thankful I was able to land in time to witness this miracle happen. Praise God." And Amber Rose also tweeted, "Congratulations to my sister, Blac Chyna, and brother, Rob Kardashian, on their little bundle of joy." Blac Chyna, she's staying in a $4,000 a night luxury hospital suite, where Kim Kardashian is the same suite where Kim Kardashian had her son Saint West last year. And like I said, they always have cameras in their faces, so I'm sure the Kardashian cameras were around, and then the Rob and Blac cameras for their television special. They have a baby special coming out on December 18th. They were also present. They say they had some difficulty filming on the campus of the hospital, but they were able to film the birth, so they will be cashing in on that with their reality special. And they're saying in the promos for their special, for the baby special, they're saying although Rob and Chyna have had turbulent times in their relationship, they face many important decisions head on as they prepare for the birth of their baby. Together they decide whether or not it's best for Chyna to have another C-section and where the new family should live after the baby is born. And that is a good question, because they say Rob and Chyna don't actually live together because they argue too much. They live separately. I don't know if her being pregnant and her hormones has anything to do with that, if that's why they argue so much. But hopefully they will get things together, being that they're co-parenting, and I'm sure it's much easier to co-parent when you actually live in the same house. So you guys, I think it's so funny how you can be so wrapped up in someone and so infatuated with someone, so in love with someone, that you think that that person is your future. You think you're going to spend the rest of your life with that person, and it doesn't turn out that way. With Rob and Adrienne, she was so in love with him that she tattooed his name on her, and I think he also tattooed her name. I'm not sure, but that's how much she was in love with him and how convinced she was that that's the man that she was going to spend the rest of her life with. And it turned out not to be true. She had to get the tattoo removed, and she had to move on with her life. But that just goes to show me, like, in my opinion, she's a very passionate person. I'm not surprised. I had made a video and mentioned that if she didn't know about Israel's other children, that, you know, maybe she shouldn't be marrying him. But I'm not surprised that she is still marrying him, because she seems like a very passionate and headstrong person. The fact that, you know, she would even get a tattoo with somebody's name seems like she really wants to be loyal and show someone how loyal she is. So I do pray that it works out for Adrienne and Israel. And I also pray that it works out whatever way it's supposed to work out for Rob and Chyna. I pray that it definitely works out, because I do like them as a couple. They've grown on me. And now that they have a child, I definitely want to see them happy and the child happy. So I wish them both luck. Thanks for watching.